What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Blades with Bill. I'm Bill. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bear Edge Sideliner. We're going to go up close, go over some of the specs, do a size comparison, then we'll come back up here and I'll give you all my thoughts on it. We have aluminum handle scales, a lanyard hole, a not completely deep carry pocket clip. It is recessed and reversible, but it does have kind of button screws. They're kind of flat. They do stick up a little bit, but they're not bad in and out of the pocket. T8 pivot, T6 hardware everywhere else, flipper tab, and a 440C blade. And again, this is built in the USA. The blade is just over 3 inches if you go to the handle, about 3.5 if you go to the pivot. Handles are just over 4 inches. Overall, just about 7.25 inches. The knife weighs 3.87 ounces. Handle thickness is just over 1/2 inch. Thickest part of the blade is just over 1/10 inch. And behind the edge is 24 thousandths. Do a quick size comparison. The QSP Penguin and the Civivi Elementum. The Penguin's fairly close in blade length. Handle length definitely have more with the Bear Edge, and then it compared to the Elementum, it's just Elementum's much smaller. The Petrified Fish Beluga, small. And the CJRB Pyrite. So the Pyrite is just a little bit longer than the Bear Edge, and then of course the Bear Edge is longer, both blade and handle, than the Petrified Fish. The Bird Harrier 2. And the Spyderco Tenacious. So, again, both the Harrier and the Tenacious are a little bit longer in both blade and handle, although the Harrier 2 and the Bear Edge are pretty close handle-wise. Let's go back up top and I'll give you all my thoughts on it. Alright, so we'll start with the positives. It is a US built knife. The 440C performed just fine. It was rather thick behind the edge when it came in, and as you saw in the up close, It's still not really thin. I didn't try and get this down. Like, I think I tried to take it down to about an 18 degrees on both sides because it was rather thick to begin with. Even though it is a hollow grind, it's still a rather thick blade down here at the edge. So it's not super slicey, but the steel itself was fine. Once I reprofiled it a little bit and put a slightly better edge on it, it held it just fine. I haven't had to do anything more than strap it, and I have used it, cut up cardboard, stuff like that. As far as other positives, there's no real blade play. Up and down, side to side, that's all fine. Now, if I would have done this review after only just opening this box, I would be telling you not to buy this knife for sure. Because when I first got it, Detent's a little weak. Some of the negative stuff here. Detent's a little weak. It is super easy to fail. That's not that big a deal. I could take it apart and bend the lock bar a little bit and should stiffen it up a little bit and make it a stiffer detent and should be better. I can get it to flip out no problem, but I have to actually put more effort behind it. I have to actually think about flipping it. The texturing on the handles is almost not enough to tear up a pocket, but if this was your only knife and you carried this every day, after a while you're going to start tearing up your pockets. Other things, the thumb studs that were on here, yeah, completely in the way of sharpening the blade. And they didn't put simple unscrew them. No. They were pressed together, and once they were pressed together, it expanded and made it to where it didn't want to come apart again, which is why the knife is all marred up, because it took me forever with heating this. I used a torch on the thumb studs because I figured they were Loctited. No. Once I realized what it was, I'm like, you guys, that's stupid. I can't put them back on. And they were completely in the way of sharpening the knife because you guys did not put a sharpening choil on this. When I first got it, the lock bar was so stiff trying to unlock the knife that I didn't want to use it. But I was like, let's see if it breaks in. I'll play with it. And it did. It's gotten easier. It's not as bad now. Access to it is fine. It's one of the other few things that's good. It's very easy to get to the lock bar. But same time, when I first got it, if it didn't flip open all the way, the lockup was so early that it wasn't locked. Let's put it that way. I could easily just can't do it now because, like I said, it has broken. That was the other one. Like, if it would have stayed that way, I definitely would not recommend this knife. And as far as that goes, I still really can't. I really, really wanted to like this knife because it's US made. Well, US built, which means that parts of it are made in other countries and it's just assembled here in the USA. But there's a lot of things that I found that are wrong with it and not a lot good with it. So this is not one that I would recommend picking up unless you're just an absolute, it's made in the USA, built in the USA. So I'm going to buy it to support. Otherwise, I can't. If the lock decided to fail again, no. Like I said, it has worked itself in to where it's not as bad, but it's definitely not great either. So if you enjoyed the video, do me a huge favor, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video. Any kind of interaction shows YouTube that there's interest in the video, which helps get me pushed up in the algorithm, which should help me get more views, which should help me get more subscribers. I'll leave my socials down in the description, along with my affiliate links, which I actually have another affiliate link now, which is Knives Ship Free. So I'll be leaving that in the descriptions now. Everyone have a great day. Stay safe. Peace.